But it is great to have both of you gentlemen with. Where do you want to begin? I'm going to kind of throw it to you two. Anything that you want to particularly talk about winner-wise? What do you guys want to mention first?
I mean, should we start big? Let's swing for the fences. How about Best Picture?
All right, absolutely.
You know?
So the Best Picture nominees, we had 9 this year. Would it have killed them to include a 10th for Big Sick or I, Tonya? I guess so. But we had 9 nominees this year. We had Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, Shape of Water, The Post, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. A lot of favorites were going towards 3 Billboards and The Shape of Water in the beginning part of the show. I went 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I know, Joe, you went.
I went Shape.
You went Shape of Water. I was gonna say, and then
I
you
went Get
you
Out.
went Get Out.
Yeah.
That was the thing. This year it was so split amongst there was no core consensus.
That was
really.
the thing with me and my friends. We all agreed that literally this is the first time we all thought any of these films could win. Like most of them, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, the thing is, I said before, this is a weaker lot of Best Picture in my opinion. But
there is The Post and Darkest Hour, but
Yeah.
I mean all the other ones, I was kind of I'm fine if that wins, honestly.
No, it's true. Yeah, between, like I said, if it wasn't Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, or Phantom Thread, I probably would have been content with most of them. The Post probably not either, but I would have been content with most of them.
Yeah,
because it was like a dichotomy. It was either mediocre or really good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro, did take home Best Picture, which is good, I thought. So a lot of people are calling it. A lot of people were saying that it was the safe pick, for the Academy. If you've seen Shape of Water, I don't know how you can agree with that statement because that is a pretty eclectic movie. I mean, in terms of narratively, thematically, it's a very eclectic movie. Kevin, did you see Shape of Water?
I did. I love Shape of Water.
You did see. Okay, so I was gonna say, talk to me about your opinion. You think you happy it won Best Picture? Talk to me about that.
You know what I think I am. The more I think about it, because it wasn't my personal favorite going into the show. I thought my personal favorite was 3 Billboards. But the more I kind of thought about it, and the more I read up about, I was reading about his budget thing. They had the thing where they made the movie for what, 19-something million dollars, which is 30 million less than he wanted to.
Yeah.
And I just think it's the most masterfully crafted film out of the bunch. I mean, that thing is just, every aspect of that movie means something. And I think that's the only one in the bunch that can boast that. You know what I mean?
I understand. I
It's
understand
so
what you're saying.
dense with symbolism and everything.
Yes, it is definitely the most visually dense movie. I mean, you could talk about Dunkirk and how just in many ways radically to look at, you know what I mean? But I think when you're going to get down to, like you said, symbolically detail oriented, I think that definitely Shape of Water goes up to that. I remember we were talking about it, Joe. You and I were a little bit split on it. I know you were not the biggest fan of Shape of Water. I was going to say your thoughts now that it is the Best Picture winner.
I mean, I picked it. I saw it coming. I knew it was going to happen. Do I think 3 Billboards should have got it, or Get Out, or Lady Bird? Yeah, but I recognize what Shape of Water did really good. Everything else that was nominated in costume design, cinematography, was all stuff I praised the movie for. The thing that just I just didn't like about the movie wasn't just sold on the idea of a man and a woman being in love with one another. It was just that main concept. I wasn't really sold. I didn't buy in that whole relationship. Everything else, though, I thought the film, it deserved its nomination and everything, and even Best Picture. It's just, of all the picks, honestly, it was my least favorite I saw out of the ones nominated.
Understandable. I was gonna say, did you see? I know you did, Joe. Did you see? Kevin, did you see the little ditty about Michael Shannon this morning that came out?
No,
did you
didn't.
see? Oh my goodness, I will pull it up. They'll do wonders for our visual or our viewing audience. But you got to see this though. So Michael Shannon, of course, co-star of Shape of Water. There's a picture that surfaced today, which I absolutely love. This is where he was on Oscar night. He was at the Old Town Bar, the Old Town Ale House in Chicago,
Nice.
watching the Oscars on a TV on mute. There's a good picture of Michael Shannon. He watched it win at a bar in Chicago. The reason he stayed in Chicago is because a play he was directing. Was it was the final night. It was closing night, so he stayed for that, and then he went to a bar afterwards, and you can see he's barely recognizable in that, and he's watching the Oscars on TV on mute at his favorite bar, and people and I Steve said this on Twitter today. I said people still need to be told that he's the best actor working today. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. He was the same way last year when he got nominated because he didn't get nominated this year for anything for Shape of Water, but last year he got nominated for Nocturnal Animals, his role in that. And I remember the Today Show or one of these shows called him and they said like, "Oh, Michael, congratulations on your nomination. Where are you at? Where were you at when you heard?" And he said, "I was actually at the train station. I have to catch this train to go shoot this new movie I'm a part of." So then they said, "So what are your thoughts now on being an Oscar nominated for an Oscar twice now in your career?" So Michael Shannon goes, "Oh, I'm thinking this train. What I'm thinking right now is this train's 5 minutes late." I love Michael Shannon, man. That's the guy right there. That is the guy. I love him. I wish he would have got a nomination. I told Joe, movie. That should mean that he gets a nomination. They do it the year that he's in a movie. That should mean that he gets a nomination.
He's a new MS.
They do it to Meryl Streep. That's what I said. The new MS. They do it to Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep shows up in an Audi commercial. They give her an Oscar nomination. You tell me the same can't be for Michael Shannon.
She just shows up for the Oscars and she gets an Oscar nomination.
No kidding, right? And she's and like I said, footnote. Maybe hopefully next year she'll be in a movie playing Tiffany Haddish's mother. I'm looking forward for that, just based on what Tiffany Haddish said at the show. But yeah, I'm content with Shape of Water winning Best Picture, though. I really am. I'm content with it. It's definitely not. The thing is, though, I was really surprised. I thought more people, when it first came out, I called it a crowd pleaser. I thought more people would really be like emphatically loving it. But and it's not that people aren't. But I mean, there's a lot of people like Joe's opinion too, where it's like it's good, but they have issues with it.
Oh, really?
So it is
because everybody I talk to, they're just like, "You're whack," and I'm like, okay.
There's quite a few people I've read online and stuff like that think that like it's good, but there's issues with it, which is interesting. Because I thought it would be. I wouldn't say like La La Land loved, but I was thinking it would be more along that line. So it's very interesting to me that there is sort of a little difference in opinion on that. But no, I am glad that it did win. Not glad that I picked the wrong Best Picture though for the last 3 years. It's brutal over here. I'm telling you.